the core teaching is that what we take as reality is an illusion. Well, that's a huge statement.
Right.
Because we know that this is happening, but it's almost like a play. We can look at it like a play with scenery and settings and actors. I mean, Shakespeare said all the world's a stage and all the men and women merely actors, and the idea of people coming in for the whole play of your life, maybe some family member who is there throughout your life.
Right.
Or people coming in for bit parts, coming in for one act but then not being there in the other acts. So the idea is that we live in concurrent realities. When people think of their peak experiences, they seem to be some sort of differentiation from their everyday life. Maybe it's when you're meditating, or maybe you're sitting on top of a mountain or at a beach alone and looking at the waves, but you have this moment of connection. And we think of them as moments. What I'm saying and what the book is saying is that is a concurrent reality that we can live in as much as we live in this everyday reality that we've basically been programmed into believing is the only reality. Now, I can go on and on about this, and I will say one more thing, is that this concurrent reality is the reality of oneness. It is it never had a beginning and it will never have an end. It is eternal. It is divine. It is a place from which there is unconditional love, compassion, caring, kindness, all of these attributes of and characteristics that we assign to the divine, this is who we really are. This is the reality with a capital R. And this other, physical world reality that we were born into, in other words, our energy or our divine energy came into the womb and enlivened the readied physical form of the baby. There is a moment of quickening in the womb when that divine energy comes in. And then there's a process in this life of programming people to forget about the reality that they came from and the reality that they are going to go to, as if life is a line segment that interrupts this eternal reality of us being oneness, of us being all that is. So we are trained to believe that this reality of form, of physical form, the body, functioning in this physical world, is what is. Of course. I mean, what else is there? So we forget that there is a reality that is running through this physical incarnation. And at the end of our lives, they say of people who die is that, well, so-and-so passed last week. Yes, the core identity of that person left the body. But as Einstein says in his theory of relativity, we are all energy. Everything is energy. It's made up of energy. And that energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transformed. So that divine energy becomes transformed into this physical body, this physical world, and then when we leave, it becomes transformed again into its non-physical identity. But the teaching, the core teaching of this book is we can become enlightened, which means we can experience this world of form from this place of actually knowing that we are this divine energy, and making our experience in this world of form closer and closer to that experience of being divine, which is that we are compassion, unconditional love, wisdom, creativity, intelligence, understanding. If we use that as a living mantra to install and remember that this is who we really are, this is what cannot be created or destroyed, this is eternal and infinite, then we have the ability to function in our everyday life and be aware at the very same time that we are divine energy, and that is life-changing.
So beautifully put.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness, yeah.
And you
so
do talk
beautiful.
about the suffering, and having, once we realize this and we can really live into this awareness, there's a great compassion that happens when we realize that so many people are in a state of forgetting, and that the pain basically that we experience in the human incarnation is the result of this forgetting. So once you remember, you talk about remembering who you are, then there's a great compassion for all of the people who haven't quite understood that yet. And I love the emphasis throughout the book on, coming from your heart, coming from that place of compassion and love, and that it changes your very selves when you do that.
Yes, and that's how we become congruent with our divine identity, with our divine energy self, is by acting in the world as that self, as the characters and qualities of that divine self come through us.
Yes, exactly. I mean, we're made in the image and likeness. We forget that. We're made in the image and likeness. So I have those same characteristics and attributes. And I like to kind of use that example of a drop of the ocean has the same characteristics and attributes as the ocean, but it's not the ocean. But the ocean needs all of those drops to be itself. So therefore, and that aspect too of remembering more and more, it does open your heart. You're much more compassionate and understanding and aware that here we are all, I like to think, in the same boat, and we're all along this pathway leading back to the same destination. And sometimes it's not easy here, so to have compassion for each other. A lot of times, in fact, for some people, it's not easy here. So, having that open-hearted experience that is certainly a characteristic of whatever you want to call your divine creator, and live it, you soften, you love, and you don't get so aggravated as much as you used to, I find anyway. One of the things that you're saying, too, Marcia, is you refer to spiritual alchemists. So how are we spiritual alchemists in our lives?
Spiritual alchemy is transforming your personal ego-centered identity into the realization of your divine transpersonal identity. Alchemy is defined as taking base metals and transforming them into gold. So if you take the lower base vibration of the forgetting, which is what happens in the world of duality, and raise that through your realization, your actualization of your divine energy self-identity, you are actually taking the baser frequencies of, say, negativity, hate, jealousy, judgment, all of the things that actually bring us suffering in our life of form, in this incarnation, in this physical world. If we take those things and raise them to compassion and understanding and tolerance and patience, and for instance, when I practice this, if one of those nasty, snarky feelings come up, like, for instance, because we're in a world of duality in the physical plane, we compare ourselves. So if I start to think that I am lesser than someone, I will go to, I am divine energy. I am love, I am kindness, I am good, and I will bring that vibration of insecurity up. I will raise it. So I don't get stuck in those negative and low vibration energies. I can, by applying that mantra, I am divine energy, and as such, and then going through the things to balance out whatever negative emotion I might be feeling, then I have transmuted that energy. I have practiced alchemy.